I'm teaching you now a very simple technique so that you can create a goal that will be powerful and effective. And this technique requires you to find your own timeline. Now, many of you have done timeline stuff before, but if you haven't, let me just help you to find it very quickly. So let's think about something that happened a week ago. If you were to think about that, where would it be if you were going to point in relation to your body? You've got somewhere? Good. How about something that happened a long time ago, maybe a year or 2 years ago? If you were to point, where would it be? Over there, over there? Good. And now think about something that's going to happen in the future that you're looking forward to, maybe. So, what about something a month in the future? Where would that be? Would it be over there? Where would it be? And how about something that's happening a long time into the future? Where would that be? So, if we realize that the things that have already happened and the things that are going to happen, and if we imagine that there's a line attaching them, that's your timeline. Some people construct it running through the body, back to front, and some people it might be in front of them from left to right. However, you have discovered your timeline is perfect for you. And our air conditioning's kicked in, and I'm not going to worry too much about it because it's really hot in here. Okay, so now the next thing I want you to do is think about what your goal is. What do you want to achieve? And make sure that it's smart. You know, you're familiar with SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timed or timely or time bound. So think about something. You might want to go away and write that down first and really think about what you want to achieve. Get a very specific goal. Okay, good. Now get the last step. What will you know? How will you know that you've achieved that goal? What would you see? So, for example, I'm just about to launch a new book. So if I became a bestseller, the last thing in my, not if, when, the last thing in my goal would be seeing myself, maybe seeing the figures, maybe seeing my name on a bestseller list. So that's how I would see it, and I would imagine that. So let's say, for example, it was a health or fitness goal. It might be the way you look, it might be the way you feel. Whatever that is, make sure that you've got an image of that. We call this an internal representation, the way you feel. So get that picture right now. Close your eyes for a second. It might be useful. Imagine the goal and imagine what you're going to look like, what you're going to feel like, any sounds associated with it. So you've got visual, you've got auditory, and you've got the way you feel. You got it? Okay, good. Now what I want you to do is step into it. So imagine that you're in it right now and you're seeing it through your own eyes. So you're in that goal, you're wherever you need to be, and make it bigger, brighter, more powerful. Make it so that it's the best possible outcome for your goal. Got it? So adjust it so the sounds are more powerful, so it's visually more effective, and that you're feeling it and you're really in it. Okay? Now just come back to me a moment. I want you to step out of it. Okay? Now I want you to imagine that you're picking it up and holding it in your hands, making it an actual kind of a physical representation. So you're holding on to that goal. You got it? So now what I want you to do, just close your eyes for a moment, and I want you to drift up. Imagine yourself floating up above your timeline right now and taking that image of your future with you, floating above now, above where we are right now, but imagine that you're above us. And now what I want you to do, imagine yourself holding it, holding that representation, and I want you to breathe some life into it. So I want you to energize it with some of your powerful breath. So you can put your hands in front of you. Imagine you're still floating above the timeline. Put your hands in front of you. Take a deep breath. We're going to do 4 breaths. So take a deep breath. Breathe out and breathe life into that goal. Breath 2. And then take your 3rd breath. Breathe power into your goal. And then your 4th breath. Good. And now you've empowered that goal. I want you to float out into the future and take that image, that representation of your goal, and just allow it to float down. Let it go and allow it to float down right into the timeline, into the future where it needs to be. And notice that the events between then and now will reevaluate themselves to support your goal. And whenever that's happened, float back to now and come back to me. How was that? Did you feel the power of your goal floating into the future? Okay, close your eyes one more time. And now, I want you to think about your goal. Think about how you feel about it. Are you feeling powerful? Open your eyes again. How did that feel? Now close your eyes one more time. And I want you to imagine your future. I want you to see yourself right there in your future. How does that feel? Now go and take some action. Come back to me. Go and take some action and make that goal happen. You can do that for anything. Just remember, you imagine your goal, you create it, you think about what you want to achieve, you create an internal representation, you step into it, make it bigger, brighter, more powerful, turn up the dials, then you step out, you take that, what we would call a representation, and float above your timeline, above now, energize it with 4 deep breaths, allow it float into the future where you want it to be, drop it into the future, and then let it all reevaluate itself so that it actually happens, and then just test to see how you feel. How was that? Good. Let me know in the comments how you get on. Remember to subscribe so that you get all the new videos. Thank you.